Good evening, you are watching CVR News. This is Anukriti Sharma and it's time to set the bulletin rolling. The recent spate of terrorist attacks in Jammu and Kashmir is disturbing. Even though the Indian Army is facing these challenges, civilians are losing their lives along with the army in the resistance. In this context, Prime Minister Modi held a special meeting with the Cabinet Committee on Security. It is reported that the Home Minister Amit Shah, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and many other high officials were also present. This special meeting was held under the chairmanship of the Prime Minister within a few hours of two Jawans being injured in the fresh firing in the Doda district. In Jammu and Kashmir, several areas in the border districts of Kathua and Doda are reeling under a series of attacks. Almost 50 civilians, including security personnel, have lost their lives in these attacks in the last 32 months. There have been 5 major terrorist attacks within 4 months. 12 security personnel, including an army captain, were martyred in the recent attacks. Another 10 civilians died and 55 people were severely injured. With the information that tens of terrorists are active in the border districts, the security forces are trying their best to nab them with special operations. Let's take a look at this report. Union Home Minister and Minister of Cooperation Amit Shah chaired the 7th Apex level meeting of the Narco Coordination Center or NCORD on July the 18th in the national capital. The meeting is aimed to coordinate and synergize the efforts of various central and state government agencies involved in countering drug trafficking and abuse in India. The NCORD mechanism was formed in 2016 for better coordination between states and the MHA. Let's take a look at this report. Rajasthan Chief Minister Bhajan Lal Sharma was felicitated by journalists for the announcement of the state-level journalism award in the name of eminent journalist late Shri Bishan Singh Shekhawat. Along with this, other announcements were also made for the journalists in Jaipur on July 18th. Late Shri Bishan Singh Shekhawat's family was also present during this felicitation of the Chief Minister. Let's take a look at this report. The wreath-laying ceremony for the 2 STF Jawans who lost their lives in the IED blast in Jagdalpur, Bastar of Chhattisgarh was held to honor their sacrifice. The Jawans were performing their duties in the conflict-prone area of Bastar when the tragic incident occurred. The ceremony was attended by senior officials, fellow soldiers and local dignitaries who paid their respects to the fallen heroes. The atmosphere was somber, reflecting the community's grief and the gratitude for the bravery of these Jawans. The heavy exchange of fire broke out in the afternoon between C-60 commandos and Naxals in the Wandoli village and continued for 6 hours. In Gadchiroli, Superintendent of Police Nilotpal has said that the police have recovered 12 bodies of Maoists from the spot besides 7 automotive weapons including 3 AK-47s, 2 Insars rifles, a carbine and an SLR, he reported. One of the slain Naxals was identified as DVCM Lakshman Atram alias Vilas Atram in charge of the Tippagar Dalam. Let's take a look. 2 security personnel have lost their lives and 4 were injured in an improvised explosive device or IED blast triggered by the Naxals in the Bijapur district of Bastar. The police have reported on Thursday that on receiving intelligence report about the presence of the Naxals of the Darbha Division, West Bastar Division and the Military Company No. 2 in the border area between Bijapur, Dantewara and Sukma, teams of STF, DRG, Cobra and CRPF from the said districts went on in a joint operation on July 16, 2024, the police have reported. 4 soldiers injured in the IED blast in the border area between Bijapur, Dantewar and Sukma districts were brought to Raipur's Ramakrishna Hospital. Let's take a look at this detailed report. CM Revanth Reddy said that it has been proven once again that if the Congress gives its word, it is written in stone. Chief Minister Revanth Reddy formally launched the first installment of loan waiver for farmers up to 1 lakh. He spoke from the Secretariat in a video conference which was held with farmers in 110 farmers forums across the state. He said that Rs 6,098 crore cash has been deposited in the accounts of 11.50 lakh farmers. He said that the finance department has already deposited the cash in the banks. Some farmers are angry that the ration card is the basis for loan waiver and they are telling lies. But it has been clarified that the passbook is the only criterion for the loan waiver. CVR News has the latest updates. Telangana Deputy Chief Minister Mallu Bhatti Vikramarka suggested that the funds released by the state government should be used only for the loan waiver and should not be deposited for any other debts under any circumstances. He said not to trouble the farmers in this matter at all. The farmer loan waiver is a historic decision in this country. He said that no state has waived off rupees 31,000 crores at once through the 2 lakh loan waiver scheme. Let's take a look at this report. Agriculture Minister Tummala Nageshwar Rao has said that the government is committed to complete the loan waiver scheme by August. According to that, in the first installment, all the crop loans of the families up to 1 lakh are being waived off simultaneously. Congress party ranks celebrated in Godavari Khani of Pedpadalli district to welcome the state government's loan waiver to the farmers. Firecrackers were set off and sweets were distributed at the Godavari Khani town square. Ramgundam MLA Raj Thakur Makan Singh said that measures are being taken to provide all the welfare fruit to the people of the public under public governance. All the promises made during the elections are now being fulfilled. Farmers in the state will benefit by giving the loan waiver, he said. MLA Raj Thakur demanded that the BRS leaders who had announced that they would resign if the loans were waived should now resign immediately. As the US presidential elections are in full swing, former President Donald Trump announced his VP pick for the 2024 polls. Donald Trump on July the 15th announced US Senator J.D. Vance as his running mate as the 2024 elections draw near. Indian origin Usha Vance has played a subtle yet a significant role in her husband's success. On July 17th, Usha Vance made her first appearance at the Republican National Convention of 2024. At the convention, Usha Vance took to the stage to share a story of their meeting at the Yale Law School and reflected on their personal backgrounds. Let's take a look at this report. Days after the attempted assassination of Donald Trump at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, supporters have been expressing their solidarity by wearing bandages on their ears. The bullet grazed the upper part of Trump's right ear, prompting his immediate hospitalization. Trump made a surprise appearance at the Republican National Convention, his first public outing since this incident, where he greeted his supporters with a white gauze wrapped around his ear. In response, many supporters and Republicans began wearing ear bandages to show their support for the former president. The United States is set to hold the presidential elections in November 2024, where Donald Trump is seen as a tough competition for the president, Joe Biden. And that's all for this Primetime Bulletin's agenda. This is Anukriti Sharma signing off. Keep watching CVR News.